All right, we are recording. Okay, I will start off with sharing my screen, if it's going to let me. One sec. Okay. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. So you SRC people will have a great understanding of these things that I'm going to go over already. But for anyone watching that's not on the SRC, Dylan, and anyone watching the recording, I'll go through a few basics over nominations, elections, SRC stuff, and then we might do a bit of a Q&A, or I might just randomly call on you SRC peeps to talk about your experience, so that the recording has a bunch of useful information. Alrighty, and if anyone has any questions or wants to add anything in, please don't hesitate. So what is the UNSA SRC? So SRC stands for Student Representative Council, which is a group of students elected each year in October by the student body. It's all done online through Blackboard, and you'll get emails from the university detailing these processes. What the SRC does is the students on the SRC act as a communication channel between students and UNSA, and helps guide UNSA through addressing issues or improvements to student life and student experience at the University of Newcastle. So why would you want to join the SRC? Well, there's a lot of different reasons. First of all, it's a really great development opportunity for yourself as a student to build some really valuable skills that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Leadership and governance and running a committee and helping plan events and advocating on behalf of others, and communication, collaborating on projects, managing a project, really just the opportunity to dive into a project and get things done. So would anyone like to chime in and add why they decided to join the SRC?
I think I joined SRC to improve my communication skill or leadership quality. To gain the confidence, like English being my second language, I want to be confident. So that's why. That's the main reason.
Excellent reason. Anyone else?
Yeah, I joined just because I wanted to get more involved with the uni life and like culture on campus, and joining the SRC and being a part of UNSA seemed like the best way to do that.
Well done, Harry. Thank you. Don't be shy or I'm gonna call on you.
I would say I joined the SRC definitely to improve my interpersonal skills, and I feel like they're really useful things that you can take with you, not just throughout your degree, but then after you leave as well.
Good answer.
Can people hear me?
Oh, hi, Luca. Yes.
Hello. Hi. Hi. I decided to have a go at student representation because I think it's super important that students have a voice. You know, you wouldn't have a university without students, and it's really important to make sure that students are represented, and student associations are a huge part of that. But yeah.
Excellent. All right, I'll move on. So the nominations and elections process, as you all would have seen probably if you checked your email yesterday, was an email from the Deputy Returning Officer at the university who runs our elections, an invitation to nominate for a position that you're eligible for. And these nominations are open until the 10th of September. So you still have a bit of time to decide. And then there will be a campaign period, and then on the 11th of October, voting starts. And then by the end of October, successful candidates will be notified, and then we'll get started on planning for 2022. And here are the key election dates as well to keep in mind. And now we're going to go through the different types of roles that are available on the SRC. And I thought that the SRC peeps that are here today could share with us a bit from their perspective on what their role looks like, you know, a day in the life of being the Vice President of Education, for example. So if it's okay with you all, I thought maybe we would just talk about the board of directors a bit and then go through a little bit about each role for those of you that are here to represent your role. So the UNSA SRC has a lot of members, but at the very top there are the 6 student directors. So these 6 people have a bit more responsibility. They are company directors, so they are held to this is a very hard thing to explain, sorry. Georgia, do you want to explain better than I could? Are you there?
Yes, I had my microphone off, so I was just speaking into the void.
Oh, sorry. I meant to call on you for this.
Yes, okay. What am I explaining?
The board of directors and the added responsibilities that it involves.
Yes, okay. So the board is ultimately the governing body of UNSA. Due to a fun constitutional quirk, we cannot pay our board of directors, so that's a role you take on voluntarily in an ex officio capacity because you're an elected SRC member. Our board ultimately will tackle a number of governance questions, queries, and such like. So basically, myself and so UNSA staff reports to me, and I report to the UNSA board, which means that we will tackle all kinds of internal and directional matters such as staffing, budget, planning, complaints. So this is more a side of things that is very structured and very formal. And they will also be able to offer final approval for things like our strategic plan. So yeah, it's quite a formal role, very serious, but is also very educational, and is the kind of experience that you probably can't get in pretty much any of the other roles for student representatives at the university, because you literally get to run a company. Is that okay? Is that accurate?
That was great.
I feel like it's accurate, but I don't know if that quite encaptures it. But yeah, so the SRC is much more about student voice and student engagement and advocacy, and the UNSA board is absolutely about governance and ensuring we meet legislative requirements.
Thank you, Georgia. So the reason why I put this slide separate is because the UNSA board of directors do have their role in leading the company in a governing capacity, but they are also members of the SRC. So we've got 6 roles here, and I thought maybe each of you who are here today could just talk about your role from your perspective. What does it look like? So Luca, President, could you take the floor?
Hello, everyone. I'm Luca. I'm the UNSA president. So basically, I guess the biggest part of my role as president is that I chair both our board meetings and our SRC meetings. And basically, if you've never been to sort of a formal meeting before, basically the chair is the person that sort of directs how the meeting runs. So goes through the agenda, calls on people to speak, things like that. So that's probably one of the biggest parts of my role. But as president, I do a lot of the stuff in terms of representing UNSA at different events, speaking to the media, things like that. Lots of meetings as well. But yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Thank you, Luca. Next, we have the Vice President of Education, Chloe.
Hello. Part of being Vice President Education, you deal with primarily the education side of the uni, so the academic side. That can mean advocating on behalf of students about things like the timetabling of courses or assessments and adverse circumstances, and the type of courses that are run here at the university and the standard to which they're run. As part of being Vice President Education, you also sit on the SRC and the board, and you get to chair the Education Committee, which is made up of representatives from the different schools here at the uni. So it's a fun role. I really enjoy it, and yeah, it focuses on the academic side of the uni.
Thank you, Chloe. Next, we've got VP of Experience and Engagement, Georgie.
Hi, everyone, that's me. To follow the theme, my role has also been a lot of fun and learning a lot of new skills. As we were talking about, sitting on the board of directors, you have a bit of added responsibility, but you're really sort of well supported to learn those new skills. So it's really exciting in that sense. And I want to encourage people to, you know, not be frightened of getting involved in these roles, because I came into it, you know, without previous formal experience in that area. So that's been a really cool thing for me. But then in my role on the SRC, I also chair a committee, which is the Experience Engagement Committee. And so my role basically encompasses, yeah, all the fun out of class things that happen at uni. So events, activities, clubs and societies, student media, yeah, all of those really cool things for students to get involved in. So helping in planning some of those, seeking feedback. It's been tricky with COVID and going online and everything with that, but yeah, sort of everything comes under that. And yeah, it's been a really cool role to be part of.
Thank you, Georgie. Next, we have the VP of Welfare and Wellbeing, which is Jess. She let me know that she unfortunately couldn't make it to the session, but that's okay. I'll try and give a bit of a summary. So the Vice President of Welfare and Wellbeing looks after the not only physical health, but sexual health and mental health space of students, and how to better advocate for those things for students. They also chair the Welfare and Wellbeing Committee, and that's made up of the campus conveners as well as the collective conveners. So UNSA has 5 collectives. They're still a bit under construction, but you may have seen last week was Pride Week, and that was all put on by the Queer Collective. We also have the Indigenous Collective, the Accessibility and Equity Collective, the Women's Collective, and the newly established Parents and Carers Collective. So that's just a brief summary, but we do have an SRC Elections page on the UNSA website where you can read in detail all of these position descriptions as well. So next we have the Postgrad Student Senate Convener, Faisal. Oops. Are you there?
Sorry, it was on mute. I was talking to myself.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Yeah, basically my role is to represent the views, interests, and needs of all postgraduate students at the university. Also drives the identification of issues that affect the education. Also represent the voice of the postgraduate in the UNSA board. Also ensure the Senate genuinely captures and represent the voice of all postgraduate students at the university, lead campaign or relevant issues, and support the advocacy of postgraduate students and their concerns.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. So next we have the International Student Senate Convener, Shuang. Do you want to share a bit about your role for us?
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hello.
My name is Shuang Zhang, and my role aims to contact with international students and help support them in some way, as we know a lot about how tricky it can be to live in a new country. And the international student convener I think it doesn't matter if you you don't have any experience. It is about build your confidence and communication skills, and the people around us can help you how to achieve the goals. And it's about trying something new, and there is no right way to do in the ensemble. So hopefully the role can help you to set in, can help the international student to set in and find whatever may works for the international student. Yeah, it's also my first time to try this role. I'm also nervous and shy, but the people around me always encourage me. So don't mind. Yeah, just try your best to do that.
Thank you. Excellent. Thanks to those student directors. Next, we're going to go on to the campus conveners. So there are 5, as you can see, and if you are only eligible at the campus that you study at. So we've got Port Macquarie, Sydney, Central Coast, Cloud, which is students who study exclusively online, not just taking an online class. And then we have Newcastle Campuses Committee. So I don't think Steve is here. Steve, are you here? Oops, no. Okay. The Sydney Campus Committee convener is vacant at the moment. But the Central Coast Campus Committee convener we have today, that is Mandeep. Do you want to share with us a little bit about your role?
Hello, my name is Mandeep. So I am a Central Coast Committee convener. So we are here, the voice of the student. So we engage with the students. So like they can come and talk to us. If they are like in COVID, they are going through stress or anything. So like they can come and talk to us. We organize an event over there, but at the moment we are not doing anything. So we're trying to do some online stuff. And yes, I don't know.
That's okay. You haven't been in your role for a very long time, so you did a great job.
Sorry.
And of course, COVID has rained on our parade for everyone.
Exactly. It's been COVID since I started.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. And we also have our Newcastle Campuses Committee convener here with us today, Harry.
Hi. I think you skipped
Hello.
Rachel with Cloud Campus though.
Yes, sorry, she can't make it. Sorry to put you on the spot, but you're the next one we have in person here.
Okay.
No, I'm here.
Oh, you are. Hi.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Hi.
I thought you said you couldn't make it.
No, I just said I was going to be a little bit late. I just came in at about 1:15.
Okay, well, if you want to jump in and tell us a little bit about your role, that would be amazing. I'm glad you're here.
No worries. Sorry, Harry. Hi, I'm Rachel, and I am Cloud Campus convener. So basically, I feel mine's one of the most fun of all because I get such a diverse range of students. I chair a committee of Cloud online students, and my committee ranges from Queensland through to Sydney, Newcastle, all over the place. So I get to get perspectives from students from all different areas, different time zones, things like that, which is fantastic. As Cloud, I try to be involved with all different collectives, and basically to encourage getting services that are usually on campus for on-campus students extended for the online, which we have done amazing things with this year. So yeah, that's basically me.
Thank you. All right, now we'll go to you, Harry.
All good. Yeah, so my name's Harry. I've been the Newcastle Campus Committee convener the entire year, meaning that I've got to experience both what it was like in person and while we're online. And pretty much my role is I'm a student representative and the voice of every student that studies across the campuses in the Newcastle area. So that's Callaghan, Q Building, the Conservatorium, and New Space. So yeah, I also get a very wide range of students from all areas of the country and different backgrounds, and it's my job to be a voice for them and to advocate for what they want and need. And in doing so, I communicate quite heavily with both Rachel with Cloud Campus, especially being online, as well as the committees and the members of the board to ensure that we're getting the right sort of action done for those people.
Thank you, Harry. So as we mentioned before, there are a few other roles on the SRC as well. However, these are not part of UNSA elections, and so you don't nominate for these roles at the same time. We've got 3 ex officio roles, and ex officio means that these positions are filled because you are in another position at the uni. So these 3 positions are separate elections. Student accommodation represents students who live on campus. University council is a separate role altogether, but because of that role, they have a seat at the UNSA SRC, and the same with the student representative on academic senate. But if you are interested in these roles, you can always reach out to student representation, and I can put that in the chat box in a little bit, and they can give you more information on how these roles work. And as well, we also have the conveners for each collective on the SRC as well. Again, these are separate elections that take place within each collective, so these aren't part of the big UNSA elections that we're doing at the moment. So I hope that that was helpful. Dylan, did you have any questions you wanted to ask to put you on the spot? Feel free to type in the chat box if you or turn on your microphone, either one.
Yeah, I was just saying that this link in the emails, I just would come and watch and see what it's all about.
Well, thank you so much for coming.
No worries.
I guess, did we want to talk about a little bit of what you enjoy with UNSA the most? I know I asked you this question before, so you shouldn't be surprised. What would you tell someone if they wanted to run for a position? What advice would you give them? Any guidance, any tips?
The UNSA environment, honestly, working environment, when you work with people like you, encourage you to do your best, you know, and also these like people who have this experience, you can learn from them.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Yeah.
I would say if you want to do it, or if you're interested in doing it, just honestly have a go. See what it's like. UNSA's allowed me to experience so many different things, so many sometimes weird and wonderful things, but it's given me a lot of really great experiences that I know that will not only help me as I move forward in my career, but also that I'll treasure as really great memories too. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Best part about being with UNSA is that something I learned the hard way is that everyone's here to help you, and there's so much support with UNSA. So even if you are new to your role or sort of unsure on what to do, there is help, and you're not alone in your role. And yeah, you'll definitely have support every step of the way.
Yeah, I was going to echo that as well. It's definitely a learning experience, supported by the UNSA staff who are all amazing, and then working with other student representatives is just a really cool experience in collaboration and making decisions together, and really shaping, you know, what your student association and what your uni sort of life can look like. So it's a really you know, empowering role to be part of in that sense as well, and then sets you up for, yeah, giving you some of those skills for the future as well. One thing I was going to add in was just about like time commitment, which could be helpful for people. And yeah, obviously there are responsibilities and commitments within the different roles, from, you know, president being most commitments required and most sort of hours per week, to the vice presidents and the different conveners. Yeah, so then if people were looking for like roles that could be a little bit more of an introduction, if they're not quite ready for the big commitment yet, early in the year, I should say, you can also nominate to be part of, for example, the Newcastle campus's committee or the education committee, if you want to sort of get a bit of insight to working with us without the big commitment of nominating for a big role. So that's another option for people. But for example, my role, I believe it's between 10 and 15 towards 15 hours a week commitment. So that's about average for the vice presidents, which covers different things like attending meetings, responding to emails, planning different projects that you're working on, yeah, meeting with other SRC members, meeting with students, yeah, whatever's going on. It really can vary week to week, to be honest, which makes it really exciting as well. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Georgie. That's a really good point. So every SRC member, nearly, except the ex officio, have their own committee or senate that they are the head of. And the president, of course, is the chairperson of the SRC and the board. So they essentially kind of have a committee as well. Well, two. But yeah, that's a good way to get a taste of what UNSA is like, is to serve on a committee or a senate, or and then seeing if you like it, first of all, and if you enjoy it, then running for one of those bigger roles, maybe stepping up to a campus convener role, and then above that, maybe a VP role, depending on how much time you have left studying and if you enjoy it. But yeah, very good point, Georgie.
Hi, it's Rachel again.
Hello.
Hello. I'd just like to add, as cloud convener, I think that it's been great for me because I get to interact with people. If you are primarily an online student, quite often you live your life, you do your study, and you don't get to experience campus life at all. Whereas my experience from being part of UNSA is that I've been able to get the whole student experience. I get the experience of events being on, I get to know what's happening, and also get to encourage sharing it to all the other online students. So if someone's an online student, get involved. The best way to meet people is to actually be involved in something, and that's what I see UNSA as.
Thank you, Rachel. That was awesome. Thanks. Did anyone else want to share any information that they thought would be helpful for their former self that was nominating to be in one of these roles? What's something you wish you knew? Has there been any highlights of your experience here at UNSA that you want to talk about? I know we were online, so it's a bit hard, but it's great for Rachel, the cloud convener.
Basically, like I came in with UNSA last year as part of the postgraduate committee, and I would probably tell former me to have done it sooner. As like I said, it expands into the social environment of uni, so you get the whole experience. So my advice is, if you're a student, don't hesitate. Get involved, be part of a committee. It was really great how Georgie brought it forward. It's always a good place to start as being a committee member, because then you can see how it all works, and then move into, say, a convener role, move into a VP role, because it's all a stepping stone. And then you can judge what you want to do. I came in, like I said, postgraduate representative last year, and then moved straight into cloud and loved every minute of it.
Very good advice.
I wouldn't say it's like a memory or something like that, but something that I've really gotten from being involved with UNSA is it's taught me to be a lot more confident and sort of more sure of myself, which I think has been really great. And I think a lot of people, when they're thinking about running for positions in student associations and things like that, might be a bit hesitant, might not be that sure of themselves. But if you're interested in doing it, I think it's really important to just go for it, because it can really help you grow. And, you know, I think I'm a completely different person from when I've started, and it's really helped me grow a whole lot and become that confident person that I was scared I wasn't when I started.
Yeah, that's a great point too. You never know until you try. Oh, sorry, Lucas. Would you like to talk about your experience as an ex officio member, as a student member on University Council? I'm sorry I skipped over you.
Hello. Yes, that's all right,
Hello.
Jen. I think that everyone says that their position is the best position, but I genuinely think being on the university council is the best position because you get the two sides of actually being on like a front-facing student association, and you get to be on like the board of directors of the university. So you get that far away from student experience of being on the university council, but you also get that direct experience working with other students on the SRC and taking part in stuff like sausage sizzles, manning those. How fun is that? So they're all really good things. So
No one likes you when you're passive aggressive, Lucas.
How good's a free sausage? But I do think everyone has like a really good sentiment that getting involved on campus is the best thing that you can do. And if nobody nominates for the positions, then only campus culture will go down. So it really relies on students to get involved with UNSA and all the different student representative positions, so we can help each other out and be really proud of the campus that we're on.
Well said, Lucas. Yes, nothing will change unless we change it. It starts with one person. Well, did anyone else have anything to add about their experience on the SRC that they think would be helpful for someone thinking about the position, considering it? Well, is someone going to say something?
Yeah, basically, I would just say, as I think Lucas said, if you want to give it a go, go for it. A lot of students might be intimidated and think they don't have the right skills, they don't have the right experience. But I think what we've all sort of said today, we learn, we're supported, and we gain that experience and knowledge. So no matter the student, if you're a member of that area, go for it, apply. That's my advice.
And I also think I would like to address this to the international student, because when we came here, the first thing we lack confidence, how good we are in English or everything. So I think if you join the university, I would like to join the UNSA, because the people are so supportive over there. They help you, and that's, I think they will give you confidence. So that would be helpful for the international student at the same time.
Absolutely. It all kind of comes back to what Lucas said, was that it's really about building a community. So you can be the face of building a positive campus culture and improve student life for everyone on campus. Does anyone have anything else to add? Otherwise, I can let you off the hook if there's nothing else.
I think that was a really good point, Jen. It's really about getting involved in building your community, and if you're someone who's already part of my motivation for nominating was being passionate about getting involved in clubs and societies and having some good experiences there already, and then seeing the SRC as a channel to be able to help, bring student voices, raise them up on important issues and see what we can help do about that. And so but then it's being even more experiences. It's hard to even explain like all the things you get to do as an SRC member, because it can range from putting in proposals for different events or things that you think I should be doing to help support students, to getting involved in the governance and stuff like that. So there's just so much more than I even knew was involved. So it's been really awesome in that way. So I think especially if you're someone who's passionate about our university community and helping make it better and represent the needs of students, then I would definitely encourage you to apply for one or more positions and get involved however you can.
Thank you, Georgie. Tia says you should apply.
Yeah, that's Tia. Stop that. No one cares.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for joining us and for allowing me to record this session for those who couldn't make it. But I really value your feedback and input, and thank you so much.
All right. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Thanks, everyone. This was really great.
Thank you.